Hey guys, Dib the Awesome here to give you another Monster Legends guide. So we're talking about monsters' moves, their rune sets, partners, all that jazz. Today on the Mythology series, we have landed on Brontes, the Earth monster for the Mythology Maze event, and I'm pretty sure it references Greek. Or at least it references the Cyclops from the Odyssey story. I think it might reference the Odyssey story. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, it's a big old giant three-eyed Cyclops, and it's really it's a really popular monster too. I will say that if you're not too sure or you don't know what this monster really does, I will say he's one of the better. He's probably one of the best Earth monsters at the moment in terms of competitive play. Does he have the best stats? No. In fact, if you look at his stats, they're actually pretty overwhelming. But despite the low offensive stats, even though it's like 3,300, not the fastest speed, in most cases, when there's not even, in terms of, most cases where there isn't a denying monster for that category, like it's like an Earth Fire, or you have better speed runes than the enemy denier. This thing actually is pretty damn terrifying. This thing's pretty great. And stuff like that. So let's talk about the moves and stuff like. I will say the best thing that save it is its straight immunity to stun and its moves. I will say its moves are its saving grace. That's why it's such a great competitive monster. Let's just get right to it. Its power is 3,223. Not the highest power. Not too much of a problem though, because this guy will be able to get to move a lot. I will say that this guy's very flexible, so you'll be able to do more stuff before the enemy could do anything to him really. And so most people build him deny, and even when they build him deny, since he actually gets to move around a lot, and he gets more turns than the enemy most often, he gets to do a lot of stuff. This power isn't too hampering. There's ways to fix it, and in all honesty, there's a lot of rune sets that can go with this guy. And stuff like that. Its life is 31,969, almost 32k. This is a respectable tank life. This actually helps him really well with his kit, and it just really functions really well. He's a tanky deny pretty much. I will say that if you run like the highest of speed runes, if you're really generous with the speed runes, this is probably one of the tankiest deny monsters in the entire game. He's very meaty. He's very tanky. He's just all around bulky. I will say that I would say at the moment he's the tankiest deny at the moment. His speed is 3,300. This is a relatively slow speed. In fact, if you just I don't know, look at it and stuff like that, this is actually the slowest deny in terms of popular deny monsters. This is actually the slowest in terms of just the popular in terms of popular deniers. This is just really slow. It's slower than Varuna and people. He's Varuna slow to begin with too. But yeah, it's very tampering. But people can still build them denied, runs all right. Because in the event of fighting monsters that aren't naturally deniers, usually it's nature monsters and fire monsters. This is still an ideal speed because they aren't going to be able to deny you. Which is really nice. Its weakness is dark, which is a shame because everybody uses dark attackers. That kind of hampers it, so you kind of want to make sure you can deny them before they can do anything. I will say if he does get the upper hand in the dark monsters, he will possibly win the fight. He will possibly kill the dark monsters before they can do anything, because he's building deny and stuff like that. This guy isn't great. I will say don't pit this thing against Krampus. Don't, unless your speed runes are higher. I will say that only do so if your speed runes are higher. Its immunity is stun. This actually is a saving grace. It's a good thing this thing is immunity to stun. I'm pretty sure if they give a tune on this thing, a lot of people would be pissed. I'm really happy this thing got immunity to stun. Argus Wrath. Or Argus Wrath? I don't know. We'll just say Wrath. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies, may stun all targets. This is actually a mega stun. This is one of the reasons why he's really great. He has a unique stun. Earth monsters are not immune to this. They have immunity to stun. If you are immune to stun and stuff like that, you're gonna be mega stunned. You will be stunned for 2 turns. It's a special form of deny. Special form of deny is the best deny in the game. It's it gets around the rules and stuff like that. That's a special deny. This is one of the mega stunning, and the other thing is corruption, which is a glitch deal. And it's advanced. It's an advanced possession. So even though you're immune to possess, you will be possessed. There's just no way to get around it. Uh, but yeah, this is a really great ultimate. I will say this is one of the best ults in the game because it keeps people from attacking you from 2 turns. And stuff like that. That's relatively nice. I will say that that's relatively nice. I will say Atlas has the stronger version though. Atlas, and because since you're building Atlas usually as the damage dealer, Atlas does more damage. I will say that Atlas has the more damage dealing one. Even though it's Earth damage, it has the more damage dealing presence. And it most likely kill everything on the field to begin with. But yeah, Atlas in terms of just damage output, Atlas wins. But in more terms of like actually just completely destroying, denying everything, Brontes wins because you usually build this guy as your denier. Or you usually give him the deny set. You can build other stuff. You can give him an extra guy build, and he'll run just fine. So this, in short terms, this is a really great ult. Just really awesome. Nothing too specific in skill groups. Everything is in skill groups 2 and 3. Angular Mace may deal moderate special damage. May daze target, requires cooldown. You may run this move. It's not the best move to run though. Area Rock Slide deals moderate earth damage to all enemies, may stun all targets, requires cooldown. Run this move. It's a great deny move. Is it a 4-turn cooldown? Yes. Is it a great deny move? Yes. Run it. It says AoE stun. It's really great. Just run it in any set. Just to be perfectly honest, just run it in any set. Earthquake Barrier deals moderate earth damage, gains a 30% shield, requires cooldown. Don't run this move. There's a better version of it. And stuff like that. Is this on a more reliable cooldown? Yes. Is there a better one? Is still the other one more worth it? Yeah, it is. Barbarous Mace deals heavy special damage, may daze target, requires 1-turn cooldown. You do run this move. Usually I will say run this move because it's it's better than the Angular Mace. I will say run Barbarous Mace. Mega Rock Slide deals moderate earth damage, may stun target, requires cooldown. Don't be fooled by this. This is actually a mega stun and stuff like that. I really wish they start wording things right in this game. There's no reason why there's like this thing should say mega stun instead of regular stun. They really need to fix that. Here, 1 second. Alright. Yep, there we go. This is the second one. But anyway, yeah, see, I sneezed twice. That's because, yeah, Mega Stun twice. Mega Stun lasts for 2 turns, so you won't be doing anything for 2 turns. So you're basically dead. You're pretty much like Stamina Drained, except worse. You're not able to move at all. Yeah, so yeah, you're pretty much out of the game for 2 turns. This is, like, Mega Stunning is such a strong thing in this game. It's just really strong because you're just there. You pretty much sit 2 turns. I will say this is a best counter to Oros. I mean, I literally lived through an entire game. I only had a Lux and this thing, and I was able to outlast an Oros with that had a lot of life. I was able to win just because I kept mega stunning it. Like, he could not do anything. This is such a strong move, and it's only on a 3-turn cooldown. If you build him like the full deny set, you will just completely counter. He'll never get a turn in. Oros will never be able to move if you're on a full speed set. He won't be able to move. You'll probably get like 1 or 2 turns in, but that doesn't matter because you've just mega stunned him, and by the time he gets out of it, you're gonna mega stun him again. That's totally a thing. There's no like resistance to mega stunning. That's just a really strong thing. By the time when they get out of it, they just become immune to stun. If you do this, they again, it gets around stunning. It's a really strong form of countering of really strong earth monsters in the game, and just anything in general. It's a really great deny move. Ancient Shield Earthquake. This is the better shield move. Deals very heavy earth damage. Gains a 50% shield. Requires cooldown. This is a relatively nice move. It's a nice meat shield. Put the shield on. Put this move on. It's a really great way of keeping him alive. So in all honesty, I'm only going to give you 1 set because it's the kind of the set that everybody generally runs on it. You can branch out, but you probably don't want this to be your main damage dealer. I will say that he's more so supportive. You can run the extra guy build. Don't run up mainstream damage. It just doesn't work. Unless you rank him up a bit. If you rank him up a bit, you could probably patch up. Considering if you're just the average Joe player, you probably need to rank him up a bit, so you can take it, so he's able to adapt with the level 5 runes. But yeah, if you're just the average Joe player, yeah. But yeah, just usually like you can either do like a extra guy build set of a strength, life, and in all honesty, any other rune you want. Probably a speed rune or a team speed rune. You can totally do that. I have mine with a steam speed rune at the moment. Uh, It'll probably be full speed soon because I have to do a fat guy theme team. This is I just do theme teams and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, this is the set you run. You run Barbarous Mace. It's a relatively nice cooldown. It dazes things. You can run Angular Mace if you want. If you just want to run them mainly supportive, just kind of spread the daze. You can do that. This is more bursty though. It's easier to run and stuff like that. You can run Barbarous Mace. Since he has high cooldowns too, it wouldn't be a bad idea to run Angular Mace. You can run that argument, and you can totally run that too. So you can either run Angular Mace or like Barbarous Mace. It totally depends on your preference. If you want this to be mainly like supportive and stuff like that, or like Barbarous Mace. I think at some point Angular Mace does more damage because it's spammable, but you're not really looking for damage with this thing. But in terms of sense, you can run this move. You can run Angular Mace if you wanted. You run Area Rock Slide because it's your main form of deny. And then this is another move you run. You run Mega Rock Slide because it stuns everything. You will usually use this on the Earth monster, and that's completely fine. It's totally okay. It's just a great form of deny. And in any situation, you choose who to actually put this Mega Stun on. In all honesty. And you run Ancient Shield Earthquake. It gives you sustainability in game. In terms of like just overall fights, you usually just this in terms of like team wars and stuff like that. You usually just fight 2 people. It's usually that case. So this is relatively nice in that event since you're just fighting 2 people, and the only thing that's really doing damage at this point is either the Earth monster, because it's usually the Earth monster too. To be honest, it's a good defensive. Counter stuff like that, because the Earth monster is usually either the damage dealer or just like a tank. That's usually the thing. The other thing's usually a deny or something like that. So yeah, you can get away with a lot of stuff. Is this one of the better competitive monsters in the game? Yes. I will say he's in that category of being one of the best. I will say he's in the category of being one of the best offensive monsters. Just in general, one of the best monsters in the game. Classified with things that have A, extra turn moves, or B, specific restrain moves like Stamina Drain, or like Mega Stunning, or just there's very strong forms of deny that are very strong. There's just no way of stopping them. This guy does have one of those moves. He's got the Mega Stun. Glitch has the Corruption and all that jazz. Just the third thing is obviously Stamina Drain. Those are in all honesty, that's what those are like. And if they have any of those moves, if any monster has like an extra turn move or like a special form of deny, or like 100% stamina drain, those are the best monsters in the game. They just are. the extra turns are universally great. Special form of denying is genuinely great. Being able to stun something that's immune to stun, it's really powerful. In fact, it goes beyond the meta. In fact, they're just really strong. They go beyond the best. They're just really strong. They're just really hard to deal with. And, those monsters generally have the best world. They have the best trait. They might not necessarily have the best stats sometimes, but they can have like the moves and trait usually make up for it usually. But yeah, this is one of the better monsters in the game. I do believe that. Is this monster worth buying? Oh yeah, this monster could save you 3 coins. It can totally possibly do that, and all that jazz. One of the better competitive monsters in the game? Yes. Totally get him. Totally get this guy. If there was a monster that you had to have for, like, I would say, like, if you had to choose between, like, just an Earth monster for competitive play, this is totally a cool option. I will say this is one of the better monsters, just in general, that has come out in the game. So yeah, that's everything you need to... Oh, I forgot partners. I'm sorry. Rune sets too, actually. So for rune sets, you can go a full deny build, or you can do a strength, life, or any other rune you want. For partners, this guy goes with anybody. You can generally put this guy in any team comp, and he runs fairly well. I will say that he just runs really great. You can put him on any comp, and he'll just destroy, or he'll destroy stuff. Assuming you pick your fights too, right? So you'll be a big help in fights. Ari's cooldown's high, yes. Do I recommend you fight him against Timeron? Don't do that. Please don't do that. Just don't. It's just because if you get cooldown reduction, yeah, he's done. Don't use this thing against Timeron. That's not a good idea. You can't make a stun Timeron, sadly. So yeah, don't use this thing against Timeron. But yeah, that's everything you need to know about Brontes. A really awesome monster, really cool. Totally get him. He's really nice. I approve it. He's really nice. So yeah, I'm Did the Awesome. I'll catch you guys later.